Xin chào quý anh chị, chào mừng quý anh chị quay trở lại với kênh của Citizen Pathway và Trúc đang ngồi đây với Christian Triantaphyllis, luật sư trưởng mạng di trú hãng Jackson Walker. That's really interesting that I think it's helpful for the people who already submitted for the old law and now they want to consider to do EB-5. Obviously, we see the people who already submit the petition under 500K program, the old law, they still no need to pay more 300 after the law changed with the new law in 2022. So it also means if EB-5 is a law now, it's current and you can still doing it. And for whom that submitted the petition, that they can feel good, right? They can feel okay for the grandfathering protection.
Absolutely. That's the law that applies to them. And that's a really good point. I've made that point as well in these many discussions. The $500,000 investors were not required to then increase their investment to $800,000. That's because they invested under the laws that they existed in at the time of filing.
But what if in the worst scenario that President Trump really would like to push the gold card and to make it more attractive, they can kind of go through the rulemaker process to pass the Congress. And there's any chance that they can stop EB-5 this year or whenever the Congress pass the new rules and the gold card can affect the EB-5? So do you think that will happen?
Okay, so I don't think if the gold card is passed through a budgetary measure, I don't think that's going to affect EB-5. If President Trump wanted to try to get USCIS to go through a rulemaking process to change EB-5 so that it reflects or it's sort of more similar to the gold card.
Okay.
That would be a process that would affect those who want to use the EB-5 program in the future. So if that's what's introduced into the Federal Register, which is how they start this rulemaking process, we would all be made aware of that. There would also be public comment about what we think about this rulemaking. And then after receiving public comment, USCIS would then decide on how they want to make the rule. So that's a multi-month process. It's going to take, that would probably be something that happened if it started today, towards the end of the year. So those who want to move forward would need to move forward this year so that they're not affected by any kind of rulemaking.
Yes.
To your point, there has been rulemaking in the past, and when those rules came into effect, they were not retroactively applied to those who already filed. Those who already filed had the rules that they had, that they were operating under at the date they filed. So again, this grandfathering aspect continues to protect investors, but a rulemaking is something that can happen. We've all lived through it in the past in the EB-5 world, but we know it took some time. It didn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
But then when it came into effect, those investors were subjected to those new rules.
Yes. A very good point that those who would like to migrate to the US should not wait to the end of the day, to the end of the EB-5 expired in 2026 or 2027. They need to take action now to protect their benefits. Not only for the law, EB-5 law can change. For example, if it's really going to the progress, maybe at the end of this year, right? But they can also take a benefit for the reserve visa to get the green card as soon as possible for their children, and they can kind of have all benefit of green card holder. So why should they take action now where there's many advantage and benefit for them, right?
Right.